It is the Riot Podcast. This is your Wednesday edition, counting down to Christmas. We've got how many sleeps, Isaiah?
2 sleeps left?
2 sleeps.
Wednesday night, Thursday night.
3 sleeps.
3 sleeps left.
Sleeps
yeah, 3
until
sleeps.
we wake up and...
Well, do you sleep on Friday night or do you stay up?
Oh, definitely sleep.
You're going to sleep?
Yeah.
But what about Santa?
Well,
You're not going to try to catch him in the
No.
You're not going to try to catch him in the ass?
No.
I try to catch Santa every year.
Leave the cookies, leave the milk, and just see what happens.
I am the Santa kidnapper. I have not successfully gotten him yet. He's a slippery man. He's a slippery man.
Have you seen him?
Have I seen him? I've met him multiple times.
Yeah.
I wrestle him every year under the tree.
Oh, yeah?
Every year under the tree.
But
he slips through my fingertips.
Never wrangle him.
He drops the presents off. I have him in a chokehold for at least 30 seconds every year. I try to put him down, but he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
You're delaying him for everybody else. You're making him late.
Yeah, he does. I think he accounts for it now.
Yeah.
He knows that when he comes in, there's no cookies when he walks into my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there were cookies, then he'd be really delayed. But for me, it's just a wrestling match of me trying to keep him at the place.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are like you and do that.
I'm sure there's a bunch of us.
Yeah, you think?
No one can get him, though. By the end of the night, he's got to be out of breath.
Somehow he makes it back every year.
He does.
I think he just trains all year long.
He does. That's why he's a fit guy. For being a big boy, he's got some strength to him.
So 3 sleeps or till Christmas, or 2 if you're Isaiah and you stay up and try to kidnap Santa Claus. What's in the podcast today, Isaiah?
Today we talk about a multitude of things. We started off by talking a little bit about some UFO sightings. How I myself have had a UFO sighting.
That's right.
It was not accurate, but I did see something that resembled a floating aircraft.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't spoil that part.
Well, yeah, I should have said.
Listen. This is Broadcasting 101. You say, coming up in the podcast, Isaiah
saw a
tells
UFO.
us about the time he saw a UFO.
Yeah, so it was not a UFO, as I've already spoiled, but I was thoroughly convinced it was for a very long time.
Yeah.
But we also tell them if you lived in California, then you're reporting too much.
You're having a lot of UFO sightings there.
You're really hoping that it's a UFO out there, but realistically, it hasn't been yet.
You're single-handedly providing the UFO agency with all the reportings they need.
Yes, honestly, I'm going to change how I do the podcast. We also talked about how Hudson nearly fought workers at a store when he was trying to purchase his last gift.
That's true.
He nearly just took the whole place down.
One gift to go, and it was a difficult gift to acquire. The policies in regards to gift cards and stuff at this place don't make it easy.
We also talked about...
Actually, I'm not convinced that they had any idea at all.
I don't even know if they even knew you had an order.
Everybody was just making it up on the spot.
They were.
Is what I actually think.
So Hudson was nearly disrespected at this store, but he ended up working. It ended up working out for him, all right. I mean, Christmas is going to still go on. We also talked about the Chicken King. So if you have not heard of the Chicken King, you are of the majority.
Israeli Chicken King.
The Israeli Chicken King, yes. So the Chicken King...
Why he has found himself in the chicken coop.
Yeah, he's under house arrest for what we felt like seemed like he shouldn't be, realistically. Yeah. I mean, it didn't really seem like he did that much.
It might serve him well, but it does seem like an extreme punishment.
And then we touched on at the very end of the show how most people are giving bad gifts. And that is just, I wouldn't say it's not okay because some people just aren't good gift givers. I myself... Yet again, I circle back. I am a good gift giver, at least in my mind.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not.
That would be the worst. What if neither of us, I don't think I'm a bad gift giver, not as far as like what I actually wind up with, but I'm not as great at planning it out ahead of time to make sure it's all ready in time, but I always wind up with good stuff. But what if we're just like totally not self-aware?
That's the worst. Like I said, that's the worst gift giver is the person who thinks they're a great gift giver. But actually, every year, it's just the biggest disappointment because they hype themselves up too much. Yeah. I don't think I'm the best gift giver, but yet again, I feel like my gifts have potential. When people open them, they're like, this could be something great.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be something practical. It's never going to be something bad, typically. I can't think of the last time I gave a bad gift.
Yeah. Well, nobody told you.
Yeah, I know. They just let it go. They were like, oh, well, he tried. So, but I feel like overall, I'm a pretty solid gift giver.
All right. Well, that's for everyone to decide coming up on in 3 sleeps from now.
Yeah, 3 sleeps from now. 2's 2 for me, but yes, a couple more sleeps.
Yeah. All right. We will catch you after 1 sleep. We'll catch you tomorrow. It is the Riot.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I was going to say, have you gotten a chance to check in the break room yet this morning?
I have not watched Into the Break Room. Do we have something? Is there a surprise?
There's a surprise. It is a nice little gift from, I believe the card said Lisa, who does cleaning here at RadioU.
Okay.
And she has provided the entire staff with Chick-fil-A gift cards.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a really good gift.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's actually a really good gift.
I'm very appreciative of her doing that. So we definitely say a big thank you to her. I had a little chuckle because, so they're Chick-fil-A gift cards. This is nothing, of course, it's really the best thing probably for Lisa to do. But she bought one of those packs that has like all of the $10 gift cards.
Okay.
Which is very nice when you're splitting it up for a bunch of people, right? That's very nice. I just think it's, Chick-fil-A, it's kind of like for them to have $10 gift cards. What are we supposed to? That's just enough for us to get one meal each. Yeah,
it's a meal,
which is what we deserve.
Which is beautiful.
Good. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I just think Chick-fil-A even making the $10 gift card is what makes me laugh.
Yeah, that is funny because you'd think if you were going to make gift cards, you should just make them all like $50 gift cards.
Right.
Because then you would just sell more money.
Right. You'd force people into buying more.
But if you make your gift cards lower, then people were able to spend less money. It would make sense to only offer 25 and above.
Yeah, I think. Well, usually I feel that 25 and above is the right amount, right? But I think sometimes you can get the packs of the $10 gift cards.
Yeah, like there's 5 packs of $10. Yeah,
but I think that's what we have going on here, which
Dang,
is great.
I'm excited.
So looking forward.
Did you check? Is there one for me?
They're not named. So we all just have to divide them up amongst ourselves, which could be contentious.
How many are there? Are there enough for everybody?
There's more than enough for everybody, which means some people maybe get 2. I don't know.
Oh, well, you got to think here.
Yeah.
Nikki's not here.
Right.
So,
the gift card will go bad by the time she's back.
She just doesn't get one.
It probably expires.
If you don't work, you just can't. You don't get a gift card.
That's right. To the people who are here go the spoils.
Yes, of course. So then we can just double them up.
I'm quite looking forward to the Chick-fil-A gift card, but I'm with you. I think they need to start. They should up the minimum amount of gift card that you can buy because I think that'd be smart all around. One, they would get more money because people would still be forced to buy the gift card, and 2. Then the people receiving the gift card, they'd have enough for more than one thing, which again, I really don't want it to sound like, how could she, we only got $10 of a gift card each. That's not what I'm doing. I just really think it's funny that a restaurant that basically every meal is $9.
Yeah.
And they're saying, here, a $10 gift card.
Just enough for one meal.
Yeah.
And I think too, I think it makes sense for people if you don't really know them that well to get them a $10 or $15. But it would be tough if they're only offered $50 gift cards, then you're giving this $50 gift card to someone that you really don't know that well.
Must really like me a lot.
Yeah, it's man, this guy really likes me.
I didn't realize we were such good friends.
No, there's just no other options. It's only $50 and above. So
if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The Riot. RadioU.
Isaiah, Christmas is just around the corner, which means that also around the corner is New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Maybe it's time. Well, that's where you go with this story, because I was thinking maybe this is the reason you need to start a New Year's resolution.
Oh,
if you're thinking about one. But no, you could be right too.
New Year's Eve, exciting time.
I feel that this might be a buzzword in 2022. The buzzword is hangxiety.
Ooh, that sounds like a good buzzword. Hangxiety.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound very nice, though.
No, it is not, because it is, of course, based around anxiety, and the hang part, I thought it was when I saw the term at first, I was thinking that is when you get anxious about hanging out with people.
That's what I thought, too.
That's exactly
hanging out
what
with friends. Yeah.
It is not that. It is the mix of a hangover and anxiety, or in other words, anxiety caused by a night of drinking.
Oh, so they just threw them together.
Yeah.
Creative.
This is a unexpected or maybe underreported side effect of if you spend your nights drinking. This is according to Dr. Ji-Seng Yoon. He is an addictive medicine specialist, and he works with an alcohol treatment program. He says if you're out drinking, like a late night drinker, you'll often experience symptoms of anxiety the following day, like an increased heart rate and difficulty breathing if you've gone too crazy with drinking the night before. So of course, like hangovers that's built in. That's what people expect of you're going to be, you're going to have the hangover.
You're going to feel bad as is.
But I think what the idea is that you may be experiencing anxiety in your life and you might not realize that it is possibly, at least partially, attributed to if you've been out drinking the night before.
Yeah, so the other thing that also stinks, like you already feel bad because like you're hungover,
right? And
then you add in like you're also anxious,
yeah.
So then you are having trouble breathing. Like it just sounds like a double whammy of just not funness.
A terrible cycle. And what, in addition to all of this, what Yoon says is that when you are drinking like that, like the way your brain works, you're going to experience these symptoms of anxiety, and they may not, like depending on how severe, they may not go away till the next time you start drinking, so you're just like subconsciously kind of going towards, well, I need to get back out and drink, like that'll make things better. So then like you're probably not realizing that you're just doing that for the anxiety symptoms, but you're just like, tonight, gonna get after it again tonight, this sucks right now, but tonight, gonna have another great night.
Yeah, but I'll bounce back here. Right. And also, there's like a part of this article where it says like, is there a hangxiety cure? And he came out.
Seems like there probably is.
He came out with the word, he said, it says unlikely. No. He said that just, he said for everybody like who has any anxiety, he said for some people it can be more severe, but there's not really any precautions you can take other than just minimizing the amount of alcohol that you drink.
That's the cure right there. Which again ties back into the maybe New Year's resolution. If this is something you're hearing about, this, you're like, man, I have been really anxious. I mean, it's at least something you could dial back on and see if it helps.
Yeah.
Now that you're kind of armed with the knowledge, I know for myself at least, waking up so early, you can't have a big night of drinking the night before.
No chance.
You got to wait till the show starts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm just joshing. That wouldn't be safe, or that'd be frowned upon.
There's no chance. Like we wake up so early, like I can't even. If I go to bed late, I wake up and I feel like I have anxiety.
Forget about adding alcohol to the mix.
Yes, exactly.
Not smart. So there you go. If you're thinking maybe you need a New Year's resolution, or maybe you're just thinking, why have I been so anxious all the time? It could be because of the drinking. It could be not, but it could be. So it's something to just add in if you're trying to do a little self-improvement. It's an option for you to reduce the juice.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
This right here, Hudson, this is interesting.
Yeah.
This article you have for us.
That's good. That's why I picked it out.
I feel like it's a little bit, like the rankings are a little bit self-explanatory, though.
Yeah, you think?
Well, when I see the states with the fewest, and number one is Washington, D.C.
I guess that does add up, doesn't it?
And then number two is North Dakota, and then Wyoming. It just feels like places where there aren't a lot of people.
So what we're talking about, the list that we found, is the states with the most and least UFO sightings that have been reported. Yeah, looking for unidentified flying objects. And did you know that there has been it's called the National UFO Reporting Center, NUFORC. It's been around since 1974, keeping track of all of the reported UFO sightings in the United States.
Interesting.
And since that time, this is a list of all the sightings added up, tabulated since 1974. So what's that, like almost 50 years?
Yeah.
And in those 50 years, just 87 sightings in Washington, D.C.
Pretty low. That's pretty low.
Well, Washington, D.C. is it's a small landmass, not a lot of area, even though there are people there, decent amount of people there. But yeah, it's not a lot of space in the air for the UFOs to be.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I assumed that some of the lower ones like that, North Dakota was sitting at number 2 with 192 sightings. Nobody lives there.
No,
I mean, that's just obvious.
It makes sense.
Same thing with Wyoming at number 3, 266 sightings.
I thought maybe for one of those, for some of those smaller states that are just big and expansive, I thought, without a lot of people, I thought maybe with all the, how the skies are darker there, so it'd be easier for things to show up. And, you're just one person out there, and maybe you're getting lonely, so you're just looking for something to occupy yourself. So you're just
looking for anything you can find.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I think that maybe they're trying to talk to me.
Also, realistically, if you were an alien and you were trying to land, you would think that you would go somewhere where there aren't a lot of people. Washington, D.C. would make a lot of sense, but North Dakota, I mean, you could have a pretty clean landing. You could get in and get out.
That's right. Well, what do you think, though? Aliens, if they made it here, if they've got a ship that's capable, you think that they need a lot of land space to land on, or
no? I don't think so.
Because in the movies, it always seems to like hover above the ground, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're wanting to get in and get out, or get in without being noticed. Yeah, they wouldn't want to fly into New York City and be like, "We're here."
Well, it's funny you should mention that. Not New York City, but the highly populous area, because, of course, number one with the most UFO sightings is California.
That makes sense. It's a huge state.
Huge state, lots of people. So that's like a double whammy of adding up for things that would lead to a lot of UFO sightings. Florida was number 2, although Florida has about half as many as California.
Wow.
So they are California's
really reaching right now. We're reaching.
Yeah, if you're a UFO, you're going to California, obviously.
Clearly, yes, I guess so. Or if you live in California, you really want there to be UFOs.
That's right. Of course, this survey, or the New Fork, the National UFO Reporting Center, says that 95% of all of these sightings, which they've received over 90,000 since they started, they say 95% of them can be easily explained, but that other 5%.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Have you ever witnessed what you thought?
No, have you?
But you've never had a time where you're like, that could be a UFO?
Not seriously.
I had one.
Not where I reported it.
I had one where I thought it was. It happened like a month ago.
Oh, yeah?
It turned out.
Was it early in the morning?
No, it was like later into night. It was like dusk.
Uh-huh.
And so it wasn't even dark out yet.
That's when your mind can play tricks on you.
But there was this thing in the sky that was like floating. And there's nothing that floats.
No.
Like a plane doesn't float, a helicopter doesn't float. I'm like, what is that big thing floating?
Go on.
It was a hot air balloon.
That's something floats. I was about to ruin your story by listing things that float.
It was literally, it was a, no, it wasn't a hot air balloon. It was a blimp is what it was. It was a blimp.
Yes.
And so you think about
I saw that blimp.
When a blimp moves, like there's nothing else that moves like a blimp. Like,
that's
it kind of
for
just floats. And so it's like that right there is a UFO. I've done it. I've spotted it. There was no other cars stopping on the highway.
So did you report it?
I did not report it because my roommate realized that it is in fact it was a blimp.
The Goodyear blimp.
But you don't ever see blimps. There's only like 20 of them, so you never see them.
It's very rare. I have a family member who is irrationally afraid of blimps.
Really?
Pretty much because of that. Because she thinks, I don't know what she thinks actually, but because it's irrational. It's an irrational fear. What's a blimp gonna do? You can probably outrun a blimp. They seem to be very slow.
They seem to look very slow in the air, but if you see one at the right time, it will be resembling a UFO.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. That's probably what it is.
And if you're in California, stop reporting these things. You're reaching.
They've heard from you enough.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Well, I'm happy to report that my Christmas shopping, not only have I planned it all out, but here on December 22nd, with a couple days in advance, I have finished my Christmas shopping. I have one present that still needs to be Amazoned.
Well, it sounds like you haven't finished yet.
No, if it doesn't get here in time, somehow we'll manage.
Okay, that's fair.
But everything else, I picked up the last centerpiece item yesterday. But I wanted to tell you that it was not no easy task to get this last item.
What happened? Was it pretty difficult?
It's a whole rigmarole.
All right, let's hear it.
Here's what went down. I'm not going to reveal the name of the establishment for protecting the identity of everybody in the present, the identity of the present, because I don't want that spoiled. But I acquired a gift card for this place with the intention of, I had an opportunity to get a gift card. I said, I'm getting a gift card there because I know I'll buy a present there. So I left this a little late. That is admitted on my part. But I had this present Saturday. I ordered it online, pick up in store. Now, the only store that had it was on the 100% opposite end of town. Okay. So it's going to be a long drive, but I thought for this present, and I have the gift card, it's going to be worth it.
It's Saturday. You might as well go over there.
Yeah.
No worries.
I was ready. I was like, I'll pick it up today. I'll pick it up tomorrow. It'll be fine. I'll do a long drive. It's just, I'm willing to do the drive just to get this item.
Yeah.
However, shortly after I put the order in, I get a message that my order has been canceled because it is out of stock, even though on the website it said it was in stock. So I go through some issues on Saturday with like the customer service online where they say, since you used a gift card, it'll be loaded back onto the gift card within 24 hours, or you'll get a new gift card you'll get one emailed to you. So, okay, fine. So I actually not only do I let the rest of Saturday go by, I let Sunday go by because, wait till an actual business day.
Yeah.
Monday, I get back in touch with them. I say, hey, I still haven't gotten my refund on my gift card for this thing I tried to buy. They say, well, they actually meant 24 business hours. So check again tomorrow and your refund should be there, whether it's on your gift card or whether you get a new gift card. So what do you think I do yesterday, Tuesday?
You check again.
I check again, and you know what's still not there?
Your money.
A refund. So I once again reach out to customer service, and customer service goes, the refund should be on there. And I say, yeah, it should be on.
Oddly enough, it's not.
You're right.
Because I'm on the phone with you once again.
Yep. And so this time, the customer service person says, let me transfer you to the store where you were supposed to pick up the item. And this is what I was dreading.
I hate customer service. I
was worried because I was like, I do not want to have to go all the way to this other place that was so far away just to get a refund. But that's exactly what they tell the customer service person on the phone from the actual establishment. The location says, yeah, you're going to have to come here because we need to see ID to get your refund to you. We have a gift card here we can give to you, but you have to come show ID. And I said, you didn't need to see ID to take the order.
Yeah,
but
oddly enough.
Nevertheless, the pushover that I am, and
I was just like, sure, that works. That works
I'm
great.
running out of time here, too, to continue to be obstinate. So, yes, after work yesterday, I drove all the way. It could not be. I was almost in the next state. It was so far away. It felt like anyways. And so I get all the way down there, and I think I'm nobody's fool. I got to figure out, because I still got to get the gift.
Yeah.
I'm going to go look and see if they have something similar that I can get, even though it might not be the best thing. And, I go over to the section, and what they have?
It's
the exact thing.
No shot.
Which is good, but also annoying. So I take it over to the customer service desk, and I say, hey, long story, kind of. It shouldn't be, but it is a long story that I was trying to buy this thing, and I bought it online. You said you didn't have it. Now I'm trying to get a refund, but I have the thing here. Can I just use that, whatever the refund is, on this thing? And the person at the desk says to me, looks up my order. Yeah, you're supposed to get your order in 3 to 5 business days. I said, no, I am not supposed to get my order in 3 to 5 business days. So he called the other person over, which actually happened to be the person I was on the phone with. And from there,
you ripped him a new one.
We did sort it out. No, I didn't rip him a new one.
Hudson.
But I did have to stand my ground finally at that point. So the good news is I got what I initially intended on getting, and I even got it where I was intending on getting it from. It was a long drive, but at the end of the day, all of that middle part just means that I got the gift I was intending to get. It was just a lot of steps of them continuing to extend the days of how many days it was supposed to take for me to get my refund. So
I would have been livid. I can't even imagine. I would have lost my mind.
Well, I'm just glad that they actually had the thing.
If I would have walked in there and they had the thing, I would have been extremely excited.
You would have been more upset, right?
But also so mad.
Yeah.
I would have been so mad.
That's how I felt. But then I had to temper my anger because I was like, why did I have to go through all the customer service talk? But then it was like, but at least you don't have to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So that was, I'm glad that I got the gift. I just don't know why it had to be so frustrating.
Well, that's what happens when you wait till the end, Hudson.
That's true. I should have planned further ahead. And that is on me. I will take that.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We've got a survey here, a study, I should say, out of not just any Ohio State University, the Ohio State University.
Oh boy, this must be a good one. This is accurate.
That's right.
Whatever they're saying here is more than likely true.
You can trust this study from researchers at the Ohio State University, where they have found about school uniforms. They say that school uniforms actually don't improve student behavior.
No.
In other words, there may be some theories out there that you get all the students to, follow the dress code, the specific school uniform dress code, and that'll make them fall in line more in other ways. But according to this study, that is not what they found whatsoever. Student behavior was just as bad, if not worse, if they were forced to wear school uniforms.
That's so odd, because I just assume that just the clothes you wear resembles like how you'll act. Like if you put a hobo in a suit, he now is like a millionaire. That's how it works.
Well,
but I grew up with school uniforms.
You did? I wanted to ask.
Yes, I did. I was at a public school. We had school uniforms.
And you probably behaved horribly.
I was a good kid. But I think that, I didn't mind it. Mine was like middle school on. In elementary school, we didn't have uniforms, but middle school on we did. And it was easy because in the mornings, like you just already knew what you were wearing.
Right.
You didn't have to pick anything out, which me as a guy, I didn't care what I looked like anyway for the most part.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
And you...
What? What are you going to say?
Just going to say, if everybody's dressed the same, it just gives you a chance to let your good looks, raise you above the rest, right?
Exactly. Everybody looks the same. And then that's how you make yourself look better.
Then you can stand out.
But so I didn't mind it at all. But at the same time, what you dress, like what you wear, isn't going to change if you're bad or not. Like if you're a bad kid, you're still going to be a bad kid. You're just wearing a collared shirt now. That's the difference.
You think? I don't even know. They have a lot of theories that they disprove with this study that I don't know where the theories really come from in the first place, because they also say other things that at least in this singular study they've disproved is that everybody wearing a school uniform leads to less bullying.
Yeah.
And that it gives the students a sense of more school belonging, like they fit in there. But they said like bullying didn't go down for schools that had uniforms, and that for school belonging, like feeling like you fit in. In fact, the schools that didn't have the uniforms, those students felt more like they belong. And their theory on that is that, being able to express yourself in the way you dress is a way of you showing your individuality. And so when you can't do that, it makes you feel less like you fit in. It's just like you're just a cog in the machine, I guess.
If you're just somebody, you're acting like somebody you're not, where when you get to wear whatever you want, the school's accepting you as who you are. But I think also with the bullying thing, like, if someone's gonna bully someone, I think they're gonna bully them no matter what. It doesn't matter if we're making fun of what they're wearing. If they can't make fun of that, then they're gonna make fun of something else.
It's the bully's mentality.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
They are going to find something to pick on somebody about. Whether if they can't pick on their clothes, they'll pick on something else. You're totally right about that. I just always thought, to be frank with you, and especially nowadays, because they say that school uniform usage has gone up. More schools are adopting that, and not just private schools either. I always thought, especially now, it's just because they don't want to have to deal with enforcing a dress code and being like, how come girls can't wear tank tops but boys can? Or something. It's just
that
a
makes
way
sense.
of nipping all of that in the bud and just say, you know what? If we can't agree on a dress code without people getting upset, we'll just make everybody wear the same thing.
Everybody gets to wear the same thing.
They don't care. They don't care about whether you feel like you belong at the school.
Exactly.
They just care about everybody being, like covering up.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're more concerned about.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I feel like, too, like, if I'm dressed, I know that if I'm dressed nicer, like, I feel like I will perform better.
You think?
Like, if I came in here every day dressed really nicely, I feel like I would be better on air. But at the same time, I'm just so comfortable in this hoodie that there's no way that I'm going to dress nicely.
But don't you think if you were uncomfortable, you wouldn't perform as well?
But I think if I'm wearing, like, a nice clothes, I'm gonna be better. I just know that I'm going to be better. But if I'm sitting here in sweatpants, then I'm just going to be very casual, and I'm going to talk as I am right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you couldn't. You got a lot of room to improve. So
exactly.
So you could start trying that suit.
If you guys start getting on me, then I'll start dressing better. That's how I know. Once I start, you guys are like, Isaiah, you need to pick it up a little bit. You'll see me coming in dressed a little nicer when I'm really trying.
If you ever notice an improvement with Isaiah, it's probably because he started wearing nicer clothes.
Exactly.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? RadioU.
This is quite unexpected of how McDonald's can be different from country to country. So in China, in McDonald's, at certain McDonald's, depending on where they have installed exercise bikes inside the McDonald's.
I feel like these are kind of like not really complementing each other very well.
You don't think?
A McDonald's with an exercise bike in there. If I'm going to McDonald's, am I ever going to use an exercise bike?
If it was just there, wouldn't you?
If there was an exercise bike at McDonald's, you wouldn't see me on that thing ever.
You don't think?
I wouldn't just go in there and be like, well, since I'm waiting for my order, I might as well hop on this exercise bike, get a good sweat going in the middle of the day just before I go back to work.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should consider that.
You could try to burn off the calories before you eat them,
that's
I guess.
That's right. I think that's the thinking. It would take some more time on that exercise bike than you think.
Oh, so it's like a place for them to sit and eat.
You
sit.
It's got a table there, so you can bike while you eat if you so choose. And then that's not all. It's also got a phone charger built in that is powered off of the bike.
Okay.
So really, what may wind up happening is you sit down, you're gonna eat because you want to charge your phone on your lunch break. And then you realize, wait, it's not charging. How come it's not charging? And then
you start to pedal.
That's what so they're coaxing you into getting your exercise that way. So that is something that, like, I guess there's a TikTok going around of somebody doing that. So that's kind of gone viral. But I was thinking the juxtaposition, you could say, of McDonald's China versus fast food restaurants here. Because in the United States, I noticed this recently. If you go into especially a newly opened fast food place, they all look 100% the same inside.
Yeah.
And that is because they feel like I think they're wanting more and more people to just go through the drive-thru. Don't even come into the restaurant. And
don't even come in here.
And if you do come inside, we want you to get your food and get out. We don't want you to linger here because then we have to pay employees to monitor keep things clean inside. Yeah. We want you in and I mean, we have a chair for you, but don't sit in it. Get in and get out of here.
Don't even use it.
We want it to look like a prison inside.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it looks like. And meanwhile, in China, McDonald's in China, they're like, not only do we want you to come in and enjoy your food, we want you to, you stay a while.
Enjoy the bike.
Biking.
Charge your phone.
You don't need a fitness membership. You just come. You don't need a Peloton. You just sit here at McDonald's.
Hang here.
You bike for a while. You come get some fries. You go back to the bike, and you just spend your whole day here. Why don't you?
Yeah, they put pretty much everybody's favorite things together, like food and being able to utilize your phone at the same time.
Yeah.
Which are like the two most important things in most people's everyday life.
That's all they need. They don't seem to have from these pictures. They need a phone holder. So you could you put your phone,
to be able to set it down in front of you.
Yes. So that you could have it at the proper angle. You put on a show or something. Then you're biking. You're watching a show. You're eating. You're multitasking. Is what you're doing.
You're charging your phone. You're streaming your favorite show. Yeah.
You could be even on if you really want to be productive, instead of streaming a show, you could be in a Zoom call.
You could be
on your phone.
If you're a remote worker, you know where to go.
That's
if
right.
you go to McDonald's, you just move that screen around. You're working all day.
That sounds like actually a really great idea, and I think McDonald's in America needs to get on this, right?
Get some bikes in there. I mean, yet again, will I utilize them? No.
But I think you
for
might
someone.
I think you get in there at McDonald's, especially you see one other person on a bike. You're like, it's not weird for me to do it. The only thing that would hold me up, and it is the attire.
Yeah.
I'm not in the proper workout attire when I'm just going throughout my day. So, I don't know if I want to start biking in jeans.
For me, it would depend on the time of the day because, yet again, I'm not trying to get a sweat going. There's nothing worse than getting a sweat going at the wrong time and then having to continue on with things that you don't want to be sweating during.
So maybe for you always work out, right, after the show anyways. Maybe for you, this is you go to dinner, you get your dinner at McDonald's, and you get your dinner workout in at the same time.
Yeah.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. RadioU.
What is up with this guy in Israel that was trying to smuggle a chicken into a soccer game?
Oh, you're talking about the Chicken King.
Yeah, the Chicken King? Is that what they call him?
That's what he refers to himself as. I don't know if that's what he's called.
He coined that term for himself.
He coined himself. Yeah,
does anybody else call him that?
I don't know if anybody else does, but he calls himself the Chicken King. His name, I can't even attempt his name. Yehuda Goher? That's what I've got.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with, is that... He's from Israel.
Yeah, so he's a super fan who refers to himself as the Chicken King.
So we'll just call him the Chicken King.
The Chicken King was stopped at the gates with a live chicken as he tried to enter a soccer game. It was hidden inside of his backpack. He explained to the security that the chicken's name is Rambo, and he's been accompanying...
that's a great name for a chicken.
He's been accompanying him to games for years. In fact, he's brought generations of chickens, all called Rambo, to games for 41 years. He said he's never had an issue, adding that Rambo has become sort of an unofficial mascot for the team. And the man says Rambo is a good luck charm for the team and doesn't cause any trouble for anyone else at games. Needless to say, they were not having it. And he has now been placed on house arrest, and Rambo remains in police custody.
That's a pretty serious...
Big jump, right?
That's...
so he caused a bit of a scene.
Hey, you're not bringing the chicken in. And you know what? How about you don't come in for the game today?
Yeah.
And next time you come in the next game, you leave the chicken at home. That's what you would think. Not you tried to bring a chicken in, house arrest.
Yeah,
that feels like a serious punishment.
He jumped. He had a little bit of an outlash, I think, when they didn't let him into the game.
Okay. And he didn't take to it kindly, huh?
No, I mean, obviously, like Rambo probably behaves better at games than a lot of the fans. You'd think, right?
That's true. I thought at soccer games, just everything goes.
Can you imagine looking up and I feel like that's something that would happen. Like at a soccer game, they would kind of scan the fans, and all of a sudden you just see someone holding up a chicken, just in the stands. You're just like, that just makes sense.
That would be yes. It feels definitely like it would just fit in.
Yeah,
and over the court, like he says, he's been bringing different chickens to the game
for 41 years.
So you would think that would have been caught on TV a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any images of that. I don't personally see it. But
no, they don't. They don't have any videos of Rambo the chicken.
We have no proof of this. I don't know if I believe the Chicken King.
41 years?
Because if he's been bringing it for 41 years, why, in this case, did you need to put it in a backpack?
Yeah.
And smuggle it?
Yeah, why are you hiding it?
To be there.
After 41 years, I think after a while, you're just like, this is just what I do. I come to the games. I come with Rambo, the 32nd, and... and he's just a part of the game now. But I mean, also, if Rambo isn't causing any trouble, if he has a kind of a reputation for good behavior, he should be allowed in the game.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I don't see why not. There's got to be soccer fans at this game that are causing more issues.
Oh, for sure, than the chicken.
Yeah.
As long as you keep a good grasp on him. If all of a sudden Rambo is running out on the field
could be chaos
during the game, then it's a little bit of an issue. Or if he's running through the fans, but you keep a good grab on. If he's just chill chicken, you can just hold him the whole game. Why not?
You know how chickens are too. They may have sharp talons.
Oh yeah.
So you get that chicken, and he's kind of skipping through I guess maybe a she, and then skipping. Wait, it's a Rambo, right? So
Rambo.
It's a boy?
Yeah, you think so.
It's a rooster then?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We can't be sure.
Are there chickens that aren't Are there male chickens that aren't roosters?
Now, we can't be asking questions like that because people know that answer.
Yeah,
and we
gotta
don't.
Have some farmers.
Chickens.
We got to have some of our own chicken kings listening in that know the answer to that.
Is it always a rooster?
Is a male chicken always a rooster?
That's the question I just typed in. A male chicken is considered a cockerel before 1 year of age. After 1 year, he is considered a rooster.
So is Rambo a cockerel or a rooster?
Well, we don't know the age of Rambo yet.
Yeah, we do not.
So he is a rooster, I assume.
Well, if he's less than a year old, then he hasn't even been alive long enough to establish that he's well-behaved.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't even be sure if he's really a well-behaved chicken in there.
just can't. All I can do is question everything about this story.
I think if you're referring to yourself as the Chicken King and the people around you were like, no, this is the Chicken King, let Rambo in, I think Rambo probably hasn't been to all the games.
See, I think if you're referring to yourself as the Chicken King, it means maybe house arrest isn't so bad.
Maybe you need to spend some time by yourself.
Yeah, you need to reflect.
The Riot Podcast.
RadioU. Isaiah, Christmas is almost here.
It is.
Did you get all your shopping done?
I have pretty much everything done. I have everyone's main gifts. I'm thinking about doing like another smaller thing, like just pick up some smaller things, just like as little toppers.
Yeah.
But the main gifts I have ready for everybody.
Yeah. Likewise. Do you consider yourself a good gift giver?
I think I'm a pretty solid gift giver. I think my gifts are always pretty spot on. I don't think I give bad gifts. I don't think I give the best gift at Christmas, but I think my gift is always formidable. People are excited for my gift. I would say like when I give a gift to somebody, they're excited to open it. You know, like you get a gift from like a certain family member or one of your friends or something, and as you're opening it, you're like, what is this? Like I know like inside maybe this isn't going to be the best gift at Christmas, but when I'm giving a gift, I feel that everybody's like kind of like, oh, there's some potential here. There's something happening here. But most from this article here that I found, there's a lot of people that feel that they are bad gift givers. Exactly 2 in 5 people in America feel they are not good gift givers.
Like 40% say that they suck at giving gifts.
Which when you think about it too, that stinks for the people that feel the other 3 people that feel like they are good gift givers. That means they're getting a lot of bad gifts.
That's right.
They're getting a lot of bad gifts and giving a lot of good gifts.
That means if you put it that way, like if everybody is honest in their self-reporting, that means that like 2 out of 5 gifts you get, you've got a 40% chance of getting a bad gift.
A bad gift.
And that sucks. That actually feels...
Especially if you're a good gift giver.
Yeah. I think that feels a little high.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it does suck to think that like almost half of the gifts you get are actually garbage.
Well, I think too, like I feel like that's like a family to family thing. I feel like maybe there's some families that are bringing it down. Maybe there's just a whole family of people that are giving each other bad gifts. Like there's a family of 5.
And every year Christmas just sucks for them.
They're all bad gift givers. It runs in the family. Like they aren't good at it. So they give each other gifts and everybody's gifts are just crappy. And then like some families, like we have a 5 for 5 are good gift givers. And those are like the people that are really excited for Christmas.
That's the family you want to marry into or something.
Exactly. The families that give the good gifts, that's where you want to be at. And the people that don't really celebrate like Christmas like all that much, like they aren't putting lights up, like people aren't all that excited. Mom and dad didn't get into it. Maybe they don't really give the best gifts either.
You might be a big Christmas family where you're excited, but especially... But just you're excited, but that doesn't mean you're a good gift giver. Like you get into Christmas, but for some reason you just aren't good at knowing what other people want, and that would suck if you like you mentioned, if there's like a whole family like that bringing these numbers down, and so every year they see on the TV like, oh, Christmas is like we're gonna have such a good time. This is the year. Everybody
this is the year
on TV. Like Santa brings them great gifts and stuff. So for me this year, this is gonna be it. And they wake up every year excited on Christmas morning. And it always just leads to disappointment.
The worst kind of gift giver is the gift giver that thinks they're giving a good gift, but in reality, it is a bad gift.
Tough.
If you have that, there's that one person that they're like, oh, I give the best gifts every year, and they're like waiting for you to open it, and they're so hyped, like, oh my gosh,
staring at you in the face.
The gift I got you this year is so good.
You're gonna love this.
They've been hyping it up.
If somebody says you're gonna love this, that's probably a dead giveaway that they're actually not. You're not gonna love it.
No, you're never gonna like it. You open it up and you're like, oh my gosh, what a great gift, and in your head you're like, really? You thought I was going to like this?
Yeah.
What friend am I to you?
Yeah.
What friend am I to you?
That's always tough. Christmas can be a hard, or birthdays, it can be a hard look in the mirror of if this is a good gift giver, this is what they think of you. And if this is a bad gift giver, I guess you can just blame them, but still, that's what they think of you. So.
And this list I have here, I have some of the worst last-minute gifts Americans have purchased.
Okay.
So I'm going to run through the top 10.
Yeah,
and there's some things on here that I think are pretty spot on, like good gifts, but there's some that are pretty bad. Number 1, a jar of peanuts. Number 2, an oven mitt.
Yeah.
Windshield wipers, a bottle of shampoo, a voodoo doll. If you're giving me for that for Christmas, you must not even like me.
No, you've never met me before.
A chia pet, a broken watch. If you give me something broken, what's wrong with you? Mouthwash, toilet paper, and then multivitamins.
This is all stuff if you left it to the last minute.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to throw something in the bag.
Yeah, some of these are bad gifts.
Under the tree.
Like a chia pet, a voodoo doll. Like those are just bad gifts. I think those are bad.
Do you feel these, though, like you wouldn't give somebody you actually loved in your family or friends one of these gifts, most of them anyways, but it feels like the kind of thing if you've got a Secret Santa.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you think you can get away with it because what? What is somebody going to do? You're not going to get fired for giving a bad gift.
For giving a jar of peanuts,
They might not even know it comes from you. So you think you can just get away with it.
Oh, yeah.
But you're really ruining the party for everybody.
Yeah, you're ruining it for somebody else. Yeah. Whoever, the person who receives the bad gift is always the person that gave the best gift.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's probably a little late now, but try to put some thought into your gifts. Just a little bit. A tiny bit of thought.
Yeah.
A tiny bit of planning. There's Google calendars and stuff now. Yeah. And it's not like you don't know when Christmas is coming up. So.
It's here. It's very here. It's on Saturday. Yeah. Don't give somebody a voodoo doll. I felt like we were over that, but just making sure, don't do that.
Yeah. That's not on the approved list.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.